So what does Taylor Swift have to do with QAnon? I know that's a fairly clickbaity title. I apologize. Let me just be clear. This has nothing to do with the merits of either Taylor Swift's art or Donald Trump. This is not a political piece. It's not a Taylor hit piece. It's simply an observation of something that both of these things have in common. Let me explain this by way of example. I'd love for you to tell me which group of followers I'm describing. A group of people heavily invested in an online community, finding Easter eggs, drops, hints, small pieces of hidden information in seemingly mundane internet postings as a part of a broad community, a team with a sense of purpose to uncover, find the truth, and share it in service as well of some charismatic leader who claims to speak for the masses, for those folks that are doing this hard work, despite the fact that these charismatic leaders, while very relatable, are really not at all relatable. They're billionaires that live gilded lives. So who am I describing here? Because I'm describing both. Whether you're a Swiftie or a QAnoner, you've probably spent a lot of time looking for hints at things that give you a sense of meaning. And at its core, I think that this is like a really good human impulse. We want to be of service and we want to belong. We evolved from tribes where we needed to be a part of something bigger than ourselves in order to survive. And we needed to contribute to that thing in order to survive. We couldn't just be dead weight. And so now here we are, we're very isolated. We no longer feel an attachment to our town or our village. So many of us have moved to big cities full of millions of people, millions of transplants. We no longer feel attached to our company or our job. We work for nameless, faceless corporations. We no longer feel attached to our country, our national identity. Man, we don't even feel a sense of allegiance to sports teams anymore. We're more hooked on DraftKings or our fantasy team. So it makes a lot of sense that we have this need to find a sense of purpose in a movement. And so look, any discussion of why Taylor Swift is as big as she is, of course it starts with relatability. What does that mean? She's able to communicate something that is broadly felt, but to do so in such a way that's nuanced. Pop music tends to go for a really broad feeling in a very shallow way. Found love in a hopeless place. I sing that over and over and over again. The lyrics and the verses don't really add any meaning, but a Taylor Swift song is just as big and just as universal, but it does so by being really like hyper specific in a feeling, by painting a particular image that everybody sort of felt. The other thing that's really important to recognize about Taylor Swift is that she's not relatable. Neither is Donald Trump, right? He claims to speak for the everyman, the white working class. Dude's never had a working class job in his life. Taylor Swift is not an everyday person. She's a 6-foot-tall blonde billionaire. And that's not a critique of either of them. That's just a way in which both of them have capitalized on a current phenomenon. And one other thing you have to recognize about Taylor Swift, she's got her finger on a particular pulse. She has defined the zeitgeist for a very long time, at least in America. And yeah, part of that zeitgeist is wanting to feel like you're a part of a team and wanting to feel like you can serve a purpose. And what is that purpose? Uncovering the truth, sharing it with people. None of that's a bad thing. It's just funny that, both of these groups of folks go through something so incredibly similar and so incredibly different. But I think that goes through all facets of life these days. This sense of wanting to belong, this sense of wanting to feel a part of a community, and this sense of needing to do that online in service of something somewhat bizarre. And so far, Taylor Swift has done nothing but good with the way that she's been able to bring people together. So as long as she continues to do that, nothing to complain about.